Oh, snap. Welcome back to the Mystery Project on YouTube and the Haunted Side on TikTok. Welcome in, TikTok Haunted Siders. Anyways, Micah Miller. I saw a video. Y'all sent me this video. I don't know if I've ever been sent a video this many times by so many different people. It's called the pieces of the puzzle. And I named it Does This Change Everything? In the Mike Miller case. Y'all, listen to this. It's Robbie Harvey, so make sure you go follow him, subscribe to him. He's pinned down in the description. But listen to this timeline. Like, take a listen to this. He's going to break it all down because it gets pretty dang crazy. Okay, are you guys ready? I'm going to shrink myself down. Let's just jump straight into this. But just take a listen to this.
I got this lay next to her body and been down with her body about 4 times this week, and each time it still didn't hit me. I thought she was going to wake up. I even tried to raise her from the dead one time this week, and
that's still like one of the weirdest things to say.
Well, you had to preach first. Raising her from the dead was not the priority. Had to go preach first, make a few phone calls before attempting to go raise Mica from the dead. Welcome to tonight's show. I'm going to be very honest with you. I believe what I'm going to show you tonight ends it. And in my opinion, we just now wait to find out how Mica was. That is my opinion.
He literally said this ends it, y'all. What? By the way, TikTok, if you're new here, a bunch of new people coming in, take a second, hit that follow button. My name's Patrick. We're live every single night. We're also live on YouTube. If you want to watch the video with us, like see the video, you can. It's the Mystery Project on YouTube. Moderators, pin that up for me, would you? Search the Mystery Project.
I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to show you, we're going to focus in on 1 week. And we're going to use JP's words to tell the story.
Okay.
And at the end, I'm going to show you something. And it ends it. Okay, we're going to get right to it because there's a lot that we need to go over. And I'm going to lay it out for you. I'm going to put on the screen a timeline so you can follow along as to what we're looking at here. So we're looking from April 27th to May 5th. You're going to rehear a few things, but it's important, okay? It's important. So we're going to go through each of these days because there's key events throughout these days. I think I'm going to show you something. April 27th, the day Mica Miller passed away. Here is her 911 call.
Robeson County 911, what's the address of your emergency?
Hi, are you able to trace the location of my phone?
Let me see. You don't know where you're at?
Does anybody still think that voice sounds weird? I know we're supposed to be like, oh, the official theory, or the not theory, but the official word is and everything. But is anybody thumbs up in the chat if you're still not convinced about that phone call or this phone call? Y'all tell me.
A national park.
What's the phone number you're calling me from?
8365552.
Where's the park located at?
In Fair Bluff.
Let's see.
I have my location on, I think, on my phone. Find my phone is on. I just did my share my location.
Okay, I'm showing. Hold on 1 second. I don't think you are in Robeson County.
It does sound like
Yeah,
delayed.
the Lumber River State Park. In
Yeah, that's where I am.
okay. Tell me what's happened.
Mm.
I'm about to self, and I just want my family to know where to find me.
Okay, ma'am.
So heartbreaking.
Just listen to what I'm saying, okay? Let me make sure I got the exact location where you're at, okay? Just 1 minute.
Okay. So that's the 911 call. Remember, John Paul claims she had plans for years to go to the state park. You can obviously hear she don't have a clue where she is. First of all, I don't believe it's her. Of all the videos I've heard of Mica's voice and all the people I've spoken with, I don't believe that's Mica. Next day, before seeing her body, John Paul Miller preaches a sermon. Then he makes the announcement that captured the attention of the world.
I'm going to have you stand up, and I'm going to make an announcement.
Right.
And after the announcement, I'm going to ask that you leave church quietly and don't talk about the announcement here in the building, please, if you can, so y'all can stand to your feet.
God, it annoys the hell out of me when he says that. Y'all can stand your feet. Stand your feet.
Before I make the
I don't know why that irritates me so much, but it freaking does. Chris, thank you. Almost there, y'all.
announcement, I also want to say that
One lap.
my request to you is that you will continue to come to church and serve and give for the next little bit, because I don't want to have. I'm taking a little bit of a break, and I don't want to have to worry about the church. My break may be a few days, a few weeks, I don't know. I got a call late last night. My wife has passed away, and it was self-induced, and it was
name is
in
Mica.
North Carolina, and we're gonna have a funeral for her next
Her
Sunday
name
here at
is
3
Mica.
p.m. And so it's all I can. Yeah, I'm just kind of going on adrenaline right now. So
No, you're
y'all
not.
pray for me and my kids and everybody. And she wasn't. Y'all knew
Whoa.
that she wasn't well mentally, and that she needed her medicine that was hard to get to her. And so I'm sure there'll be more details to come. But just keep our family in your prayers. And I'm going to let Pastor.
After this sermon, almost immediately after this sermon, John Paul Miller calls Charlotte Korn, Mica's best friend. Listen to the details allegedly from from Charlotte Korn and what she says, how that conversation went.
Well, I said, yes, sure, I'd like some more details, I suppose. And he said, well, she was supposed to go to work, but instead she went and bought a gun and then drove up to Lumberton. I thought she was coming to see you. And he paused there, and I just said, no, she wasn't.
So John Paul said on the day Mica Miller died,
Whoa.
that he thought she was coming to see you.
Yep. And it honestly kind of sent a shiver down my spine, because it just sounded like he was watching her.
So you believe that moments before Mica died, John Paul Miller was tracking her.
Cool. I remember this live stream too.
That is how it sounded, the way that he phrased it. And just knowing in the past how there have been trackers involved, and he has had a habit of stalking her. That's what it sounded like to me.
So remember, he has not seen Mica's body yet. Nothing. Remember the Crocodile Rocks tape that I released yesterday? How he's trying to explain things? He did the same thing to Charlotte. I've seen the text messages. He hasn't even seen Mica's body, and he's trying to convince Charlotte how sick she was. He's setting the narrative. Less than 24 hours after Mica died, with everyone he can talk to, before seeing Mica's body, which he tried to raise from the dead, but he had to call Charlotte first.
Whoa.
Then on April 30th, John Paul Miller tries to get into Mica's apartment to get something.
Hey, how are you? She passed away a few days ago, and some of her belongings are in an apartment at Market Commons, and the lady that owns the apartment won't let me get that stuff. Is there any way I can have a police officer meet you there so I can just get a few of her belongings?
Okay. What's the address? Is there a reason why there's...
And meet there?
Yeah, I'll just have you meet in front of the building. Is there a reason why they're saying that you can't get the belongings?
Because the lady don't like me.
Yeah, it's the old lady that has the apartment, and she just doesn't like me. She just doesn't like me.
Okay.
Oh, she doesn't like you.
Okay. And who is the person that passed you?
My wife.
Okay.
What was he trying to get, y'all? What was he trying to get? TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. A bunch of new people coming in tonight.
I'm ready. And what's a good callback number for you? All right, and I'll just have you wait in front of the building to stay with officers, okay?
Okay.
All righty. I'll go ahead and send them up there.
Are we hanging up? Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And let me ask you,
Yeah.
so is there something that...
Are we hanging up? No, I'd like to stay on the phone with you all day. I've got many other emergency calls coming in, but what I would really like to do is sit on the phone and listen to your crazy ass.
They'll let me get her stuff.
Yeah, I'll have them meet with you and they'll direct you on what you need to do.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Man, you crazy as hell.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
What were you trying to get, John Paul? A few days later, May 1st. First time we see Susie Skinner with John Paul Miller. Remember, this photo was taken by one of Mica's very good friends.
Oh, yep, I remember that.
One of John Paul's former very good friends, Angela Clark. According to Angela, John Paul chased them out of the parking lot, followed them all the way to their home.
Man, you crazy as hell.
I see no grief. Angela says it was a very intimate connection between Susie and John Paul, that friends do not interact that way that those two were interacting that night. Despite Susie and John Paul's denial that they have never been in a relationship.
Never been in a relationship. Why the heck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop trucking lying.
May 2nd. May 2nd's a big day. First, there was this.
Mica's friends tell me that she led women's ministry and worship right here at Solid Rock Church. While the death investigation is ongoing, her friends can't believe she's gone and they want answers. But her husband tells me she had a long struggle with mental illness. Mica Miller died last week in the Orem community. The investigation into her death started at Lumber River State Park on Saturday. The Robeson County Sheriff's Office says they're actively investigating how the 30-year-old died. Her friends remembering how she lived her life.
Had a heart for missions. When she went to Africa this time,
Kimberly, thank you. Halfway there.
I'm sorry. She just fell in love. That was her heart.
Yeah, that is a crazy ass cry. If you looked up like the definition of fake crying, it would literally have this video play. Holy hell. Sweet Sugar Biscuit, thanks for the subscribe. Appreciate it, y'all. Thank you. Hit that follow button on TikTok. Come over to YouTube if you want to watch the video. The Mystery Project on YouTube.
She'd do anything for anybody.
She's survived by her husband, the pastor at Solid Rock Church in Myrtle Beach. He says Mica dreamed of opening up a school in Africa and was always giving to others.
She was probably the greatest wife anyone could ask for. She was incredibly affirming.
Oh my God, it's so annoying.
We spent every night together for hours.
It's incredibly affirming. That's what you sounded like. That hurt for me to even do that noise. And that's what you do every day of your life.
We're just talking and talking and talking.
You have led me through the fire.
Miller says her death was a... But a cause of death has not been released. But many of her friends are struggling to come to terms with that.
This has to be at least looked into deeply. There's got to be some accountability here because, it's a tragic life was lost, and it's not just as simple as somebody had some mental issues.
But Miller says Mica battled mental health issues for years, even speaking openly about it to the congregation.
She had struggled with us before, and each time, helped her through it, took her to her doctor, and we got through it, and everything was fine. And she even gave a few testimonies here at church. We have on video of times where she had battled, but God took care of her and got her through it.
For families dealing with mental health issues, the pastor at Solid Rock Church has a message.
The second you see any type of sign, get them to a doctor. The second you see it, don't wait.
Yeah. The translation, if you want to get a breast augmentation, the second you wake up, let's turn you over to mental health experts on the same day. Sierra Francis files this with the courts. And in it, it says, Mica stated to me on many occasions, if I end up with a in my head, it was not by me, it was John Paul Miller.
Oh, hell. Robbie Harvey's about to start screaming, isn't he?
And then, on the same day.
Ooh, he hit us with like a little bit of it. He was like, just
May 2nd.
He's going to get heated, though. I can already tell.
The Crocodile Rocks meeting.
So I didn't know what to do. We just got married, so I took him to the doctor, and they said that the anesthesia somehow took something that was in the blood. They called it schizophrenia and bipolar 2. And they said it tapped into something that was already there because her body was under duress or something. She had another episode. In that episode, she had a whole record for that episode.
How was this recorded, y'all? Like, did they just have live mics at the bar, and he didn't realize that the mics were live? Is this a hot mic moment?
Thought that artificial intelligence was after her, according to her text. She thought that I was going to lock her up somewhere where they would do things to her mind. And so she left. And they said that she got ready for work Saturday morning.
Listen, I want, because I'm going to point something out. Listen to these details. Listen to them.
She left. And they said that she got ready for work Saturday morning in her work clothes. They said she went purchased a gun somewhere. I even took from her CWP so that she could not do this. And I even texted her family, please don't give her a gun because she was trying to get one. But she went and purchased a gun in Myrtle Beach. I don't know where yet.
Oh, hell. Squishy, it's The Mystery Project on YouTube. The Mystery Project.
They said she drove to Lumberton, which she's never been to in her life. She parked her car in a state park and she walked an hour into the woods. She went down by.
Why is there a kid in a bar? Isn't this a bar? Why is there a kid?
And she called the police. And she told the police about myself. Can you find my location for my family to have my body?
I wish they had said like no or let's talk about it or something, but they said yes. And she did what she did.
Oh my God. You know what always drove me crazy? Why on earth, if somebody was going to do that, would they drive out to a place that they've never been and then walk an hour into the woods, but then call and be like, "Oh, I know I'm at some place I've never been. Supposedly I don't know where I am, and I'm like deep in these woods, but I want somebody to find me." Huh? Why? That doesn't make any sense. You would go somewhere you've never been and go an hour into the woods if you don't want somebody to find you. And if all of a sudden in that moment she goes, "Oh wait, I better call because I want somebody to find me," why not walk back to your car because you know they're eventually going to find the car? That never made any sense to me. You know what I mean? Just doesn't that always sat weird with me. I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think. Thumbs up in the chat. You understand what I'm saying? Let's keep going. Now he's talking about how the kayaker found her body. But how would he know any of that?
Kayaker found the body.
He knows every detail. He knows every detail. And how many times have we heard from this man that I hired a PI to make sure she doesn't get a weapon, that I hired a PI to make sure she doesn't go to a store. I hired a PI to save Mica. He knows every detail from the 911 call. He knows every detail about the scene. He knows every single detail but one.
Oh, he's getting heated.
He doesn't know where she got the gun.
Oh, yeah.
His defense is going to be that
but the dang receipt was in the car with the case, right?
Authorities called him the night Mica died and gave him all these details. That's what he's going to say. And authorities had the receipt of where she got the gun right then and there on the scene. And you're telling me the authorities gave you every detail from the kayaker to how far she walked, but they did not tell you where she purchased the weapon. You make a fit that your goal is to stop her from getting a weapon. She texted 8 people to get a weapon. You put tracking devices on her car to stop her from getting a weapon. And of all the details that they gave you, not once did you say, "My God, how did she get a weapon?"
Whoo!
I've tried for so many years to stop her. How did she get that weapon? I want to know. I took away her CWP. How did she get that weapon? But it's one detail you don't care about.
Oh, hell.
Because when she died, you didn't know she got a weapon. How far she walked, tracking her phone so they can find her body. You knew she walked to water. You knew a kayaker found her. And you're going to claim the police gave you all these details, but you don't know how she got the gun.
That is very, very, very strange.
You took the tracking device off of her car because you didn't want the private eye following her that day.
Whoa.
And you used Trisha Ross, in my opinion, as an alibi to listen to a fake phone call. That's what I believe. And you used the person you called, in my opinion, to listen to a fake phone call. That's what I believe.
Whoa.
And I have your own words to prove it. May 5th.
I got this lay next to her body and spent down with her body about 4 times this week, and each time it still didn't hit me. I thought she was going to wake up. I even tried to raise her from the dead one time this week, and that morning actually I went to the mall later. She had bought me this dog tag, and the chain broke, so I went to the mall to get it fixed, and I saw a female about 20, 30 feet in front of me, and she was wearing one of Mica's dresses, and she
He's got to be one of the most annoying people to have ever lived.
had the same tattoo Mica has on her arm and the exact same hair. And out of just instinct, I screamed, "Mica!" And the girl turned around, and it was one of her sisters. And I thought I raised her from the dead. She's alive, But I can't wait to see her again one day.
I question if you will get to see her.
Ooh, that's Robbie. That's Robbie Harvey saying you gonna burn in hell.
Now here comes John Paul's own words. Remember, John Paul claims that he got a phone call the day Mica died. Around 4:50 in the afternoon, the day Mica died, John Paul sends an email to Mica. And I apologize. I meant to have it ready to show you guys. I'm going to read it to you. It's the same garbage we've seen.
Oh, hell.
But there's one sentence where he uses past tense.
Oh, man. Busted by the past tense? You know how many times that happens to people? When the wife or the husband went missing and they're like, yeah, they were a great person. They're just missing. Do you know something we don't know? Do ya?
That's suspicious. That's weird.
What are you trying to say here? Man, people get crazy as hell. By the way, TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. My name's Patrick. If you like true crime, we're live every single night. We're talking about Mica Miller tonight. You can also come and see the video, like watch the video we're watching, and rewatch it if you're just coming in on YouTube. All you got to do is search for The Mystery Project. The Mystery Project. Plus, you can watch all the other live streams we've ever done. Everything is up there, y'all. Months now. We started the YouTube channel, 5-6 months ago, something like that. It's all up there. Go check it out. I post videos there all day, every day as well. I did quite a few videos today, so go watch them, y'all. And there's stuff that I can't even post on TikTok because you guys know how TikTok is. They get crazy as hell. I post some stuff, and it's like, you can't talk about that. How dare you think you're an adult that can speak about things? Really, TikTok overlord. It's not y'all, but the overlords. They piss me off sometimes. All right, let's keep going.
Thousands in Myrtle Beach in Africa.
Oh, and y'all hit me with those leaf things. Whatever that thing is called. Maple leaves. Thank you for the love.
We're blessed by your godliness.
Oh, hell.
Now, I understand that's not a lot.
Simply Samantha, thank you.
But that's not what I want you to see.
Oh, hell.
I spoke with multiple sources who had conversations with Trisha Ross, and they all say the same thing. And I have seen the text messages from Trisha Ross confirming what these people will sit on the stand and say. I asked one of the sources to summarize exactly what happened that night, April 27th, and the conversations they had with Trisha over the next few hours leading into Sunday, April 28th. She knew Mica called 911, was found by the kayaker. She knew Mica took the trail. She knew Mica shot the gun multiple times. I asked her why Mica called 911. Trisha told me so her family knew where she was. I know she said something about her family because I remember thinking, why didn't Mica just text or call her family instead of calling 911?
Yeah, that part.
So according to Trisha, she knew the details just hours after Mica's death.
How the heck would you know that?
I've seen the text messages. I've seen them. Trisha gives those details. In court documents filed by John Paul Miller on July 26, 2024. If you go to page 5, line number 42, after Mica passed on April 27th, 2024, I went to the hospital on Sunday, April 28th, to pick up her necklace and ring. And I was told she had killed herself.
Oh, wow.
That's why interstate domestic violence is on the table. That's why the FBI is investigating the death of Mica. John Paul's own words. I believe the call made that night is fake. It's hard for me to believe that a bunch of old people, Trisha Ross and her mother, showed up magically in time to hear the details from police. I believe, in my opinion, that phone call was planned. Trisha was used as an alibi. I believe.
Dang, what do y'all think?
The phone call made to a friend to confirm it was real, and it sounded real, was used as an alibi. And I believe this because John Paul Miller says himself, Mica believed AI was coming after her. I believe this because I got my own fake phone call with John Paul Miller in it.
Oh, hell.
And I'm sorry if I'm a little down on this live. I even forgot to put in a feel-good clip of the day. But that's okay. Y'all forgive me.
Oh, hell.
I do not believe police gave him those details prior to finishing their investigation. And I've been hard on Robinson County Sheriff's Department. I've been very hard on them for releasing those details. I don't think they did. Remember, they invited the Francis family to come meet to see the evidence. They invited John Paul. John Paul said no. John Paul asked detectives to come to him. Detectives said no. I do not believe.
Oh, wow.
They gave all that evidence to John Paul prior to that Crocodile Rocks meeting.
How would they?
And according to John Paul himself, in court documents, he found out she took her own life on Sunday.
Oh, man. Oh,
Where's
man.
Lacey? Where's the witness that said Mica had plans to go to that park? Where's the 8 people that you claim Mica was trying to get a weapon from? You said she never attempted to purchase a weapon, so you took the tracker off. Where's the 48 people you texted trying to get help for Mica?
48 people.
Where's the police report from the 2018 attempt? Where's the 911 call?
I'm surprised 48 people would give John Paul Miller their number. He had his mom in there like 600 or 700 different times.
Where's the neighbor who called 911 that day? They don't exist.
Ooh.
The one detail you don't know is how she got the weapon. But yet you've tried to convince us that that was your priority. And when she's finally dead, all of a sudden you don't care how she got the weapon. You spent probably thousands of dollars to track her, to make sure she didn't get a weapon. And then all of a sudden, she gets one. And by the way, how did you know she was going to work in her work clothes? Because when she died, she didn't have her work clothes on.
Whoa.
Why is police going to give you all those details, but they're not going to tell you where she got the weapon when they have the receipt themselves right there in the car showing where she got it, when she got it, and how much money she spent? They gave you every detail from a kayaker finding her body to what clothes she was wearing. How come they didn't give you that, and how come you didn't ask? Because they didn't tell you a thing.
Oh,
man. You knew the details for a reason.
Y'all, I mean, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about that. YouTube, make sure you like the video. Everybody hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button. But I'm out of here. I'm getting off early tonight. I'm going to bed. TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. YouTube, go watch some ghost hunting stuff. It's gonna